They described each other as being friends from about late 90s. No, from late 80s to early 2000s. Since Epstein's 39 arrests from minors and death shortly thereafter, their former relationship has become under further scrutiny. Exactly, bro. And I feel like that's the reason. That's the not main reason, but an underlying reason, bro. It's because this guy was connected to this Epstein guy. You know what I'm saying? The president, you know what I'm saying, was connected to this guy on some like connected vibe, like bros. You feel me? So that might reveal maybe something that might connect something else that might raise an eyebrow about President Trump, and that might spark. And now it's the president under fire. Now look at the look that has. That's a terrible look. That's my POV about the whole shit, right? As to why now things, no, they mustn't come out. Come on, like, come on. Like,
claim that they were sexually abused. There has to be a treasure trove of information that the Department of Justice has access to that they're not making public.
And there's one particular area of speculation about Epstein that has persisted for years.
You think this freak show of Epstein wasn't like, it didn't have hidden cameras or wasn't taped and
Were there hidden cameras at literally every property?
Who has the tapes?
Look at these images obtained by the New York Times. They were taken in Epstein's Upper East Side Manhattan apartment. They show cameras in one bedroom and an adjoining room. And after the Palm Beach Police Department first investigated Epstein in 2005, a report for the DOJ's Office of Professional Responsibility says the police knew that Epstein had surveillance cameras stationed in and around his home, which potentially captured video evidence of people visiting his residence. Victims of Epstein have long claimed his properties were covered by cameras.
He showed you cameras throughout the house.
The main thing he did when I walked in, I thought was interesting, he showed me where the men monitoring everything were. I looked on the cameras and I saw toilet, bed, toilet, bed. It was very obvious that they were like monitoring private moments.
And it's clear from looking at the DOJ's evidence list from February that sophisticated security camera gear was found on Epstein's properties.
Or maybe not just, bro, the most diabolically incriminating thing would be Trump's connections in terms of the activities that people might associate with Trump. You feel me? Because maybe there's more shit beyond that, like other Hollywood celebrities that got down with whatever, you know what I'm saying, this Epstein dude did. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but like that, the exposure of other celebrities and other like powerful people getting down with Epstein's behavior versus the president getting on some similar behavior is crazy.
It reveals seized CCTV and surveillance equipment capable of recording banks of cameras and storing terabytes of data, including a Unify NVR, or network video recorder. That's a small server that stores and manages video from up to 20 cameras. Additional hardware could have made it possible to access the clips and save them remotely. Another system, wrongly spelled as Cube, appears to be a Secure 9000 site server. It's marketed for use as a security system for schools, healthcare centers, or small businesses, designed to help monitor access and can be used with video systems. We know nothing about exactly what, if any, data investigators retrieved from the surveillance systems. Another glimpse at potential evidence before the shutters came down.
When you're talking about dozens and dozens of electronic devices seized from Jeffrey Epstein, it has to be video, most likely, or thousands and thousands of pictures. Why haven't those pictures
millions?
There's a lot of evidence that, you know, these files, such as they are, there's a lot of material that could be released. Just recently in the United States, as part of a sort of distraction from the Epstein files, the Trump administration is releasing all of these FBI files about the investigation into Trump's connection with Russia. And I'll tell you, they managed to redact a lot. So the idea...
You see what I'm saying? Anything that has like connection with Trump, bro, it's like, there's a whole lot of unclassification that needs to happen, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That suddenly they can't redact things, in this case, I think is a little suspect.
The one piece of new evidence the DOJ did release in July wasn't even related to Epstein's crimes, but to his death. Hours of what was described as raw CCTV footage captured in Jeffrey Epstein's prison blog on the day he was found dead in his cell. But analysis by experts and other media outlets quickly pointed out issues with the footage, like a missing minute the DOJ said was the result of a nightly reset.
The first shocker was, the midnight reboot, and then people said, oh, we've found a minute missing, and then it was kind of up to 2.5 minutes, and then maybe 3 minutes. And then, as other people pointed out, you can see like the mouse moving, so it's certainly not a raw video by any means.
Even things like the video from Jeffrey Epstein's jail the night he died, that was ostensibly supposed to prove he killed himself.
What happened? Well,
CBS News did a analysis of it, and they said this doesn't really prove anything. You can see people sneaking up to the block of jail cells out of view of the camera, things like this. So there are so many unanswered questions here.
If Trump's Department of Justice hoped its July memo would finally put to rest the conspiracy theories and speculation around the crimes and death of Jeffrey Epstein, then between the edited prison footage, potentially missing terabytes of data, and no further release of evidence, what it actually achieved was to breathe more life into the Epstein Files mystery.
Whether it's Bondi or Patel or other high-level folks at the DOJ, they've been saying something for years, again, before they were in these positions. And now that they're at DOJ, this is why people think that there's a deep state and there's this conspiracy to protect the rich and powerful in America.
Oh my God, it always goes to that fucking fact, bro. Where the rich and powerful always got to have some sort of just like exclusive rights to, you know what I'm saying? Like, God damn, bro, to just get away with the most absurd of things, bro. Like, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. And these kind of things that just confirm like the deep state kind of existence of this deep state.
I think this is the biggest problem.
Secret society kind of a state.
Like, Trump has faced, with his base potentially ever.
It's a problem of their own making, which the world's most powerful man and his administration are desperate to move on from.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
Oh my God.
I call it the Epstein hoax. Total
the devil's advocate himself.
But what the president can't move on from.
There we go, bro. This is a clip that I saw on that fucking documentary, bro. One of the clips.
The fact that he and Epstein knew each other for years.
Oh my God, bro. I never thought y'all would fucking mention this, bro. Cause, bro, from the jump of this video, bro, that was the whole thing. And as I mentioned, bro, I've just been seeing this Epstein Files term pop up on my feeds and things like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, niggas is talking about this thing again, bro. This nigga done died. But obviously now it's like, it makes sense why the connection would be so significant. Like, you know what I'm saying? So significantly spoken about and shit like that right now.
It's believed the two men first became friends in the late 1980s or early 90s, knowing each other from parties in the Palm Beach and New York social circuits. In an interview with New York Magazine in 2002, Trump described Epstein as a terrific guy. And just 2 years before he died, Epstein told the journalist Michael Wolff that he was Donald Trump's closest friend for 10 years. More recently, Trump has been keen to distance himself from the disgraced Epstein. The president claims they fell out years ago and hadn't spoken in more than a decade before Epstein's death.
I was not a fan of his.
Nah, but obviously, bro, there's shit like receipts, there's shit like footage that nigga recorded everything. Trump, bro, you had no idea who you was fucking befriending, my friend. You know what I'm saying?
I can tell you, Trump has denied any wrongdoing, and he's never been accused by law.
Because now, obviously, bro, if them files come out, if that evidence comes out, you know what I'm saying? In the way where it's like, they're trying to protect it from coming out right now, but if it does, that nigga, bro, we just saw the surveillance setup, bro, in that nigga crib. We might just see Trump doing all kind of fuck, you know what I'm saying? Swinging from chandelier to chandelier, doing the most. You know what I'm saying? Hitting those back slips, nigga, landing into some, you know what I'm saying? Deep in that.
Law enforcement of involvement in Epstein's crimes. But the desire to make the story go away has only fueled more speculation, including from Democratic House leader Hakeem Jeffries.
What, if anything, is the Trump administration and the Department of Justice hiding? Option one, they lied for years. Option two, they're engaging in a cover-up. At this point, it seems reasonable that can only be one of the two things.
I think this is a big problem for Donald Trump. And I'm not accusing him of any wrongdoing, but there's this perception
it raises eyebrows.
That the reason the documents aren't being produced is because he's somehow implicated in that. If I were advising the president,
all that evidence,
I would strongly encourage him to make the documents public, like he said during his presidential campaign, like his cabinet level officials have said they would do, to really clear this cloud of mistrust when it comes to the Jeffrey Epstein files.
If the July memo was supposed to be a victory of transparency, the DOJ's handling of it all has only added to that cloud of mistrust and angered some of Trump's biggest supporters.
Are just absurd.
Because here's my stance on this. The whole thing should be released.
She has created an embarrassment and also a PR crisis for the President of the United States.
I blame Pam Bondi.
The White House is now clearly trying to win back the angry MAGA crowd. First, by going to someone who knows more than anyone about Epstein. Ghislaine Maxwell was his former girlfriend and accomplice, and she's serving 20 years for recruiting and trafficking teenage girls for sexual abuse by Epstein. After the backlash to July's memo, Pam Bondi announced that her deputy would speak to Maxwell. That interview took place over 2 days for 9 hours.
She answered those questions honestly, truthfully, to the best of her ability. She never invoked a privilege. She never refused to answer a question. The Department of Justice said that shit.
Bro, I just don't know why they're not bringing up that interview, bro. I mean that documentary, bro, that I saw all this shit info on, bro. All this shit, like, you know what I'm saying? The info is out there. And I feel like right now is a confirmation because now it's an alignment. You feel what I'm saying? It's an alignment. Everything, like, these stars are aligning. You feel me? These stars that were meant to expose this kind of behavior and shit like this. It's crazy. Yo, y'all seen I was about to just intermission this shit. You know what I'm saying? Just take a little breather a little bit. But yeah, I just wanted to add that. Bro, swear to God, I didn't even watch this. Like, the information I'm telling you, I can't remember what it is. I think it is on I might have watched it on Showmax. Maybe Netflix. Yeah, it was the one done about Jeffrey Epstein and his shenanigans and with his wife. Is it Ghislaine Maxwell? Good. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Let me not butcher that, but yeah, y'all go ahead, take this in, man. This is crazy.
Details of those conversations at the appropriate time, but that time still hasn't arrived, leaving the door open to speculation about what Maxwell has told the administration. Speculation that was supercharged when, just a few days after her interview, Maxwell was given a transfer to a minimum security prison camp in Texas, with fewer inmates and granted work release. And it was reported that Maxwell had said nothing in her interview that would be harmful to the president, all while her legal team pushes for a pardon that Trump hasn't ruled out.
Well, I'm allowed to give her a pardon.
And if all that wasn't enough fuel for the conspiracy theory fire,
good morning. Do you have anything to say today?
The person who interviewed Maxwell in prison, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. Just last year, he was working as Donald Trump's personal lawyer.
So there's obviously a conflict of interest there. He's meeting with Ghislaine. So one wonders what kind of messages are being relayed back and forth.
This case has been mishandled both in terms of the legal process, public relations, but also politically.